but TikTok is the number one social platform that drove the most engagement for the National Football League teams during the 2022 regular season. And to put it in perspective, the average engagement on Twitter is about anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 kind of engagements per post.
Yep.
Facebook, it's a little bit more than that. Instagram, it's around 10 to 15,000 average engagements per post. TikTok, 45,000. Actually, a little bit more than that, about 47,000. That's almost 3 times higher than what the next competing social media platform is. And if I don't care if you're a brand or if you're an influencer or if you're a creator, if you look at this and you say nothing and you do nothing, you're going about it wrong. This is just such damning evidence that TikTok is the number one growth platform on social media or in the social media market right now. And it's not even, in my opinion, it's not even close. I think YouTube is almost trailing now. I mean, their dynamic AdSense system works fairly well for long form content, but I still don't think that their short form can even touch what TikTok is doing right now. So that's crazy. I mean, I don't know about you, but on my TikTok For You page, like I've seen so many more NFL related content stuff, and I like it. I enjoy watching it. I don't know about you, but like I like the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills TikTok page is some of the funniest content you've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
in NFL history. It's so unbelievably funny. So yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but that's just insane to me. Like short form content. Holy hell, man.
Yeah, shout out to Bills Mafia. Unfortunately,
Bills Mafia.
Next year will be your year, guys. Maybe
guys are sounding like Cowboys
you and the
fans.
Cowboys, so it's no big deal. But yeah, I think it's very obvious that like short form is a big thing, and will continue to be. I think that the NFL integrating and kind of buying in on the current pop culture, and I think that I think you'd agree. The NFL probably does the best job of integrating esports or esports stars to a degree into their production, or at the very least, like they're the ones that are at least making invitations. So, the Doc going and throwing a 70-yard pass with the 49ers in preseason like 3-4 months ago. And then, the whole thing with him and Tim the Tapman with their rivalry of Cowboys and the AFC with the San Francisco 49ers.
Not to mention that Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx were also at one of the college tailgate games. They were doing like the pre-show or something. So that's all. I know it's not NFL, but the crossover is there.
But I mean, and of course, the NFL's invested, or not the NFL per se, but the Cowboys, who is one of the most popular NFL teams, is invested in Complexity and Game Square, who is a signed partner and co-founder is Tim the Tatman. So I mean, that's also probably why we're seeing them do a better job of bridging the gap between like esports and pop culture and NFL. But then you have somebody like, I don't watch a lot of baseball, but when I do see baseball, it's not something that's being engaged with. I have some buddies that run a podcast and they do a whole New York Yankees podcast, and nobody's ever even touched them as far as like competing with them on Yankees content material. You know? So it's just really interesting that I think the NFL continue to do better with integrating TikTok. I think the NBA will be next, because the NBA has always been a guys with shoe culture and music culture. You know what I mean?
I think it's just more culturally relevant and into like the NBA is definitely up next, because I think they're just more in tune and culturally relevant. Whereas, baseball, you have like 120 games a year.
Yeah.
And even with basketball, you have 72, but that's much less than 112. 82 games. Yep. Yeah. And, and it helps that like some of the NFL pros and some of the professional players that play are, they're native gamers. Like Kyler Murray plays fucking Warzone.
Yep.
You have, who else do you have?
Leonard Fournette's a signed person to Complexity.
And then you also have Tyreek Hill, who's a big Warzone guy, and he streams pretty consistently, actually.
Yep.
Who else do you have that's big into that?
There's a bunch. There's countless number of guys that play some of the. There you go. Tight end. I've seen a bunch of linemen. So they pop up like all over the place. But I think that you're going to see TikTok continue to lean more towards I'm sorry, I think you're going to see the NFL lead more towards TikTok
Mhm.
for the rest of this year. And I think you'll start to maybe see some of the other leagues at least start to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll make it as applicable, but it'll be interesting to see like how that turns out. And to your point, how the competition between a YouTube and a TikTok continues to move forward, right?
Mhm.
Because it's two different things. TikTok is just trying to have you enjoy your time and sort of interact with what's happening in front of your phone for that 1 or 2 minutes.
Mhm.
I think we all know that YouTube is trying to get you to engage with the shorts
Mhm.
long enough to send you to the long
The long
form
form
so that
content.
they can make the AdSense money that they're looking to make.
Right.
So they have two different missions. And I think it's very important to know that if you are making shorts on YouTube, you would want to have them eventually, have your viewers go from your shorts to your long form for your own AdSense dollars and
Yeah.
your own paycheck. But also YouTube would like the same thing because they can sell a better ad
Right.
against it. So
Right.
something to keep in mind, guys.
Yeah. So super interesting. Obviously, creators who are in kind of like the football niche of TikTok, like keep pumping out content because you will start seeing the results very fast, very quickly. Because again, like TikTok and social media growth in general, it's exponential, right? So
Mhm.
these first few months or years that you start doing it, you're not going to see a lot of results right away. But if you keep going, it's an exponential curve. So your videos are going to get recommended to more people.
Yep.
Your content's going to start hitting the For You page really quickly. And just keep going at it. Like social media growth and being a content creator, it just takes time. It's just one of those things where you can't rush it. There's no real like growth hack per se that allows you to like grow quicker than others. It's just about being consistent and creating valuable content. And at the end of the day, if you do those two things and you do it long enough, you'll see a lot of success, especially on TikTok. So